Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shirley, also known as Backttalk, and I usually do anything Disney, but I do have a little segment of Harry Potter, and I do a little bit of origami. This will be my third one so far. I'm trying to use the easier ones first before I ease us up to the harder ones. So today what we're doing, if you haven't seen it, I mean you clicked on it, so you probably know, it's a little snitch. Now ours is going to be a little bit bigger. This one's the one that came in the book that I used, and I'll put it over here too. This one's the paper that the book came was really small, and I actually think it's easier and they look better when they're a little bit bigger. So we're gonna use regular paper to make it today. It's super cute. Like always, I'll show my hands in one camera and then I'll show myself in another. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully you're trying it along with me, and let's begin. All right. So here's the camera. What you'll need is scissors, maybe. I mean, both of these are optional. The book recommends tape just because the wings can be a little bit top heavy for your snitch. And then scissors if you don't want to use the cut lick method, which I never do in camera. So it is up to you, but this is what you'll need. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of paper. Now for this one, they only had 1 piece of paper, which is why it's so tiny and fragile. But I think for your first time, you might as well just use big pieces of paper. Now I am cutting from my, what I call quarantine notebook. This is where I've been writing all of my ideas for my channel. And look how skinny it is, because as soon as I'm done with the paper, I use it to practice origami. So I'm not using them up. So as you can see, there's like pieces missing because I don't like, I'm not using up a page. All right, so I'm just gonna cut out 2 pieces of paper, and this might be the ending of my notebook, unfortunately, but I'm gonna cut out 2, and I would always recommend you start with scratch paper. So if this is your first time, I would recommend using one of these old ones that you have and using that instead of a brand new one or your fancy paper or whatever it may be. Now we are gonna be cutting out 2 squares. Now you can do it separately or together. I am gonna do it separately so I can get as like crisp as I possibly can. Let me go over here. So here we are. We just finished watching the Try Guys when they are making their wands and finding out what their Spilliamus is? No, what is it called? Oh, Patronus is. And did you guys watch it? I don't want to do any spoilers, but it was pretty fun to watch, and it was really interesting to see what everybody got. I don't remember what I got. I remember making my wand. I don't think I found out what my Patronus would be. I was with a group of friends when I made my wand, and we were in Vegas. So we didn't really go too into it. We just wanted to see where everybody was. And then I'm going to cut another square the exact same way. I actually ended up tearing it now that I noticed. I didn't use my scissors. Interesting. But you can do it either way. I guess I'll use the scissors for the second one. You like my shirt? It is from Wizards Unite. Wizards Unite is the, if you ever played Pokemon Go, it's the same creators, but they made Wizards Unite. And I used to play it a lot. Like when it first came out, it was all I did. It was in the middle of summer, so I had nothing better to do. And we played it a lot. My husband and my husband's mom, or my mother-in-law. And we actually went to Indianapolis for the festival. And this is a shirt. I think I won this one, or I won this shirt while I was there. All right, so here are the 2 squares. I'm going to put one of the squares aside, and we're just going to use this square. And what I want to do is I want to make, we already have one fold line diagonal. I want to make the other diagonal fold line, so I'm going to fold this way. What else? But yeah, it was a really fun Wizards Unite. It didn't take, like, you can do AM or PM for the events, and we did AM, and it didn't take us that long to finish the event, but you could stay there as long as you want and catch whatever you want. And we caught a lot of really cool dragons and stuff. I haven't played as much since, just because after summer ended, I went back to work, and well, now with everything happening, it's not like I can just go out to the mall and, catch things anymore. But okay, so anyways, I'm sorry, I left you hanging. So what I did now is I folded it vertically, and now we're gonna fold it horizontally. I like to just fold it while I'm already at the fold, otherwise I feel like I'm just wasting time. So we folded it vertically and horizontally, and these lines are gonna be important. They just help, these lines help with the folding. If you don't have these lines, it makes it harder. So pretty much what I have is two diagonal lines and then two like X and Y axis type lines right there. So there is my paper. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna fold it like this. So it could have been the other way too, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna fold it horizontally, and we wanna make triangles. So you can already see that there is a triangle outline right here. So what we wanna do is technically we wanna fold this inward to make the triangle. I know that was fast. So again, here's my paper. We are folding this in, and the lines that we created should help. We're folding this inward, and then we're creating the triangle. All right, just making sure it's recording. That'd be really bad. All right, hopefully the lighting's good. It's kind of cloudy outside. I do live in Arizona, and the cloudiness is throwing my light game off because if I turn the light on, my hands would have like a ring light here. If I open the windows, this camera wouldn't work. It's a mess. All right, anyway, so we are here. We're in the triangle. Just give me a little bit of time if you're getting here. Okay, here we are. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the tips, and I'm going to make tip A, if you want to call it, to tip B. So I'm going to only the top layer, and I'm going to fold it inward to create a square. And you can kind of see how some of my bad folding, but that's okay. So there it is. And I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm lifting the first layer up, and I am knitting the tip with the tip. Tip with the tip. What book did I just finish? I just finished reading listening to Ender's Game. I really liked the movie Ender's Game, and it didn't have a sequel, and I was like, why? So I decided for my Audible for the month of June, I think I got Ender's Game, and it's a really, really good book. It's different than the movie for sure. And they give you a little preview of the other one. Am I ready to flip? I think I am. Oh, hold on. I'll give you a little more time. Give you a little preview of the second one, and it looks really interesting so far. So I might, for my next month's Audible book, I might get the second book and continue the sequel just to see how it goes. All right, so now we have this. I'm going to flip it, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're grabbing the tip, we're meeting it up, we're crossing it down, we're grabbing the tip, we're meeting the tip, and we're folding it down. So it kind of looks like a square now. All right, so here we are. So now we have these, it looks kind of like a square. We have layers, like an onion and like an ogre. So we have this layer. I'm going to go to the outside layer, and there's a line here. Here's the tip. I am going to fold this in to meet the center, like so, and then I'm going to fold. Again, I am going only the first layer. I am grabbing the tip. I am folding it inward to meet the center there. Oh, sorry, I'm like looking at the camera, looking at you, looking at me. What do you see? All right, so there you go. So it's kind of like a bow tie. And then I'm looking for the open part. So if you look here, there's like one of these has an open part, the other part doesn't. So the upper part is gonna serve as like a pocket. So I'm gonna grab the first layer of this top tip, and I'm gonna put it in the pocket. I'm just gonna tuck it in there, and it's not gonna be a perfect tuck, but I want it to be a tight tuck. And this is where they suggest using tape. If your tuck is not tight, you might need tape. I just will try to tuck it as hard as I possibly can. So there it is. I'm gonna show you again. I'm gonna grab this top tip. The pocket should be waiting for me there. I can open it. Yeah, there we go. And I am gonna put this paper into the pocket like that, like this and that, and like this and that. Okay. What else have I been doing? We finally watched Hamilton because everyone has been talking about it since ever, and we wanted to see what it was about. Now, I will tell you that I went in there as a person who hates musicals. That's right, you heard that right. Hates musicals. I don't necessarily hate them. They're just not my thing. Like, it's not like I'm gonna go for a musical. All right, so there we have it. Now we're going to flip it over, and we're gonna do the exact same thing on the back side. So I'm gonna fold this in. So tip to the center. Do it again. Tip to the center. And you can see that I didn't fold that one like hard enough because it went up. I created pockets. So I'm gonna tuck in the first layer into the pockets. Well, and then do it tight. Anyways, like I was saying, musicals. like, I love Disney movies, and technically most Disney movies are musicals. But I don't know, like, I don't like actual musicals. Like, we watched Les Miserables, or Miserables, however you want to pronounce it. It was so hard not to fall asleep. It was just not for me. I'm sorry. We watched La La Land, which is Brendan's favorite movie. Could not. I just couldn't. Musicals, I like Oklahoma just because we were in it when we were in college, and I was a dancer for it. So I do like that one. I like Little Shops of Horror. That one was a fun one. Sweeney Todd. I don't know. It goes beyond. So obviously when I'm like going into Hamilton, I'm going in as like someone who doesn't like musicals. All right, so here it is. I'm sorry. So we folded it and we folded it both ways. So it should look the same, and then these should be open. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start like expanding it a little bit. Just a tiny bit to give it a little bit of air inside. Because what we're going to do is we're going to blow at it. I know. So as you can see, one side has like a hole and the other side doesn't. Right there. So we're actually going to blow at the side that does, like a little ball. And it's going to take a little practice. My very first one that I did was amazing. And then ever since then, they haven't been as amazing. So I'm going to go to the other camera. So this one's going to be alone. I'll leave you with tape. Whee, tape. All right. So we're going to blow on it and see how it works. So here's a little mouthpiece. Heyo, this one went really well. Yeah, this one was like my first one. I did leave a little bit of lipstick on there. So tip, don't wear lipstick. But there it is. Look how cute. Look how fluffy. Now they say not to put your lips straight on it so that you don't crack it. Like I cracked it a little bit. But I feel like if I don't, it doesn't puff up as nicely. The little one was super hard to puff up because obviously it's little. So there's the center of the snitch. There we go. That's pretty much like your little base. And now we're just going to make the little wing. So I'm going to put this on the side and we're going to grab the second square. So there's the second square. And this guy is also perfect because it's already there. If you want the wings to be smaller so that it's not top heavy, you can obviously make the square smaller. But we're just going to leave it like this, and we're just going to cut it into two different triangles. So give me a second. Anyways, Hamilton, I actually liked it. While I was watching it, I'm obviously watching the dancers. That's just who I am. I'm staring at the choreography, the people dancing more than the people talking or the people acting, which is, I know it's weird, but I'm just a dancer, so I just like looking at other dancers. I really like some of the songs have been stuck in my head so much, and some of the songs give me Moana like reminders. Like some of the songs remind me of Moana songs, which makes sense because afterwards, after we watched it, I looked it up and he like composed a lot of the Moana songs, so it makes sense why like they give me hints of Moana songs. So I don't know that I would watch Hamilton like vividly, but I've definitely been listening to like 3 or 4 songs very often. All right, so here's our triangle. We're gonna do the same thing with both triangles, but I'm only gonna show you one for the sake of time. So here's the triangle. We are going to fold the tip all the way to this like long side, like that. There we go. This reminds me of like when you learn triangles. All right, so we folded this tip down, and then we're gonna fold this little triangle. You see the little triangle? We're gonna fold it inward. And this is just helping us create lines like always. And once we do that, we're actually gonna tuck both of them backwards. So I'm gonna tuck this one backwards, but the line's already made for me, so it should be fairly easy to tuck in backwards. And we're gonna tuck this one in backwards too. Do I tell my story? See, I have Hamilton in my head. I really like Satisfied. I really like Helpless. I pretty much really like any that the 3 sisters sang because they're in my range. All right, so there's our triangle. What I did is I just tucked everything back. Now we're gonna fold it like you thought we were gonna fold it the first time. So I'm gonna grab this tip to meet this tip. I can't stop thinking of that song. All right, and then again, I'm gonna grab this tip and knit it to this tip. Here we go. Okay, so that is the front of it. So we just did double the fold, that's it. And now we're gonna flip it over. There it is, we flipped it over. And then from here, you wanna technically have fold it inward or outward depending on which side it is. So I'm gonna fold it inward for this one. So all I did is here's the tip of like the top of our triangle. So I'm gonna grab it and I just folded it inward. And then I'm gonna flip the paper over. And then from here, I can either fold it this way or fold it that way. It depends on which ear it's gonna be. So here's my snitch. If we are facing like the lateral is the side, the frontal view, I guess. So this is like the front view if you're looking at it like the way I'm looking at it. And this wing I wanted to go, so if I want to fold it this way, right, then that means it's going to be pointing that way. So this is going to be the ear that goes here, like that. You see? And then the other ear is going to be facing that way. So I am going to do that real quick and then we'll come back together. All right, so I made the other one. I'm just going to tuck the other one in. And there's my snitch. The tape obviously is if you need to tape the sides. Like the little one is so fragile. It's so fragile that I did have to tape the ears to it. This one, I think if I don't touch it, it's pretty good. I could make the base a little less bubbly. And play with the weight distribution a little bit. And there it is! Yay! You just made a snitch. And so obviously now you can go out, buy fancy paper. I wouldn't say like cardstock paper, but something smoother, something maybe for photo albums. And buy a gold one or as gold as you possibly can. And then maybe a black one or a white one for the wings, or maybe white. And that's it. Or you could color it in and then do that. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy this origami. I know it's a long time, but I actually think this one's one of the easier ones. Once you get the hang of it, it is really, really quick to make. And I think they're really cute decorations. I know for my classroom, I'm thinking of just putting them up, or I might have to tape them or glue them and maybe hang them on my ceiling at some point. I don't know. I really hope you enjoy this. I'm not going to switch the lens of this. Like I said, I did Mrs. Norris, the kitty. No, Mrs. Norris, the kitty. And then I've done the sorting hat. And then I'm still going to do, I think the next one that's coming up is an owl. So yeah, don't forget to like and comment if there's any shape you want me to do or any Disney shape you want me to do. And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, adios.